In 2018, Offa in Kwara State was thrown into mourning after suspected armed robbers attacked 5 banks in the town. This attack claimed more than 30 lives, including 9 officers of the Nigeria Police Force. The suspects were arrested and charged to court, but several adjournments owing to COVID and non-availability of the judge stalled the judgment. Now the court is set to decide the fate of the 5 suspects who have pleaded not guilty to the charges. After 3.5 hours, Justice Salman of the Kwara State High Court found them guilty of culpable homicide, armed robbery, and illegal possession of firearms. Justice Salman pronounced death by hanging for charges of culpable homicide and armed robbery, and 3 years in prison for charges of illegal possession of firearms. Briefing journalists, the prosecuting counsel commenced the court for the judgment.
And we all know what we proved and the evidence, the witnesses that testify, the exhibit we tendered, and from the totality of the evidence before the court, it shows clearly that the prosecution proved his case beyond reasonable doubt, and the judge accordingly gave judgment. We know, not only the trial, the main person who originated the Aduku himself died, so in police custody. That's why it's not one of them that is convicted today, but evidence clearly showed that these people were involved in the robbery, and even by their own, so they were involved not only in the robbery but in the killing of people. So that's what we were able to establish.
However, the defense counsel says judgment will be appealed.
The judgment is not come by surprise to me. Of course, in line with the evidence that is in court and vis-a-vis the evidence of the prosecutions and what have you, and the evidence before the court, we emphasize that definitely it's going to be like this. It's an automatic appeal. It's an automatic appeal, and definitely it's going to stay. So I think it's one of those things that Mr. Emeribi have started doing, comparing the record and what have you, so that at least we move to the upstairs.
The judgment is undoubtedly what the prosecution was hopeful for. Now they'll be watching keenly on the result of the appeal by the defense counsel.